Welcome back for another sound design tutorial from Platinum Loops. We're going to look at how to create a dirty electro lead in Native Instruments FM8. So here's a little taste of what that'll sound like. Now the first thing you'll need to do is pull up a blank instance of FM8 and then click on your Operators tab. So this is where you have your oscillators laid out, and then you have your saturator basically and your filter. Now by default it starts on oscillator F and it's set to a sine wave. So again, just a basic sine wave. You want to go ahead and change this to a sawtooth wave. The next thing you'll want to do is set LFO2 to about 34, somewhere in that range. And we'll go down on our sustain just slightly. And lengthen our release. Good. Now click on oscillator E. If you right click within the matrix, it'll activate that oscillator. As you can see, it's lit up now. And it's set to a sine wave by default. So we want to go ahead and change that to a sawtooth as well. Now go up on your ratio at a +4. That's essentially 2 octaves up. Scroll back over to your matrix, and if you follow down straight from the E, then left click and drag up, it automatically routes it to its output for you. We're going to go up on F just a bit. So you can see it starting to take shape. Now we'll go down on our sustain just slightly. And lengthen our release. Good, something simple. Now for LFO1, let's set this to about 19, somewhere in there. And then LFO2 we'll set to 40. Let's go ahead and scroll over to our matrix again. If we left click and drag up, basically we can refeed this waveform back into our oscillator so we can get a little bit more grit out of it. Good. Now scroll down to your pitch tab. Go up on your mod just a bit to about 24. And then on your LFO to about 13 or 14. So now we're starting to modulate our pitch a bit. Now we just need to beef it up with some effects. So if you click on your effects tab, you have these different effects you can choose from. And I just have a little template I set up for this demonstration. But I just added some overdrive, some cabinet, phaser, and chorus. So now listen. So I'm not going to go over the individual settings. I mean, you could copy these if you want. But I strongly recommend you kind of create your own effects, give it your own feel, and take things your own direction. Now, if you wanted to tweak it out a bit more, you could go to your mods, and I just left them set to default. But you could change the rate and that sort of thing, get a little more wobble out of them. That almost sounds like a Skrillex type lead there, just by going up on the rate. And that's how it's done. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. Be on the lookout for more sound design videos from us in the future, and be sure to stop by and visit us at platinumloops.com.